All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're going to break down a really powerful model for fighting back against that feeling of mental burnout in our crazy, constantly connected world. It's called the Tan Model of Cognitive Resource Reclamation.
But first, let me just ask you this. Do you ever have those days where your brain just feels completely fried? You know, where you just can't seem to focus on anything and you feel totally drained, even if you haven't really done much physically? Yeah, if that sounds familiar, you are definitely not alone.
And this gets us right to the heart of this whole model. That feeling? It is not a character flaw. It's not about you being lazy. The source material has a name for it: a depletion injury, an actual injury to your cognitive resources. And wow, just thinking about it that way, it changes everything.
Okay, so first, let's put a name to this experience that we all seem to be having. The model uses a term you might have seen floating around online, and it's pretty intense. The term is brain rot. It's a harsh phrase, I know, but it really does capture that sensation, doesn't it? So what is brain rot, really? Well, it's that constant low-level distraction that's always humming in the background. It's that mental fatigue that just hits you like a brick wall in the middle of the afternoon. Psychologists might call it executive dysfunction, which is basically just a way of saying your brain is struggling to do its core jobs, to plan, to focus, to get things done. It's a very real thing, and a lot of us are feeling it.
And this is maybe the most important shift in thinking that the model offers. We're moving away from all that self-blame, and we're moving towards something that looks a lot more like a clinical diagnosis. It's about treating an injury, not shaming ourselves for a personal failure.
Look at this comparison right here. This is the whole shift. The common belief, what we tell ourselves, is that this feeling is just laziness. But the Tan model offers a totally different take. It's a depletion injury. And you don't treat an injury by just trying harder, right? You treat it with a real recovery plan.
So what's causing this injury? Well, the source explains that our attention isn't just some skill we can turn on or off. It's a finite resource. You only have so much of it. And right now, it's being fracked by the attention economy. That word, fracked, is so powerful. It paints this picture of our mental energy being violently ripped out of us for profit, leaving us completely depleted. The key thing to get here is that this is being done to us.
Okay, so if it's an injury, then how do we treat it? This is where we get to shift from the diagnosis to the actual treatment plan. And the good news is, the Tan model gives us a practical, 3-step plan to start reclaiming those cognitive resources.
Here it is. This is the roadmap to recovery. It's got 3 parts: the neural audit, something called single-tasking rehabilitation, and finally, creating cognitive sanctuaries. So let's break down what each of those actually means.
Step 1 is the neural audit. Think of it like a plumber looking for leaks. The whole goal is to figure out and map exactly where your precious attention is leaking out during the day. Is it having multiple screens open all the time? Is it that automatic reflex to check your notifications every 2 minutes? Or is it getting sucked into a doom-scrolling spiral on social media? You have to identify the leaks before you can patch them.
Okay, step 2 is where the physical therapy for your brain begins. It's called single-tasking rehabilitation. The core idea is to start treating your focus like a muscle that's gotten weak. You have to retrain it, slowly but surely, through really rigid periods of monotasking. And that means doing one and only one thing at a time. No music while you're writing, no TV on while you're eating, just one thing.
And finally, we have step 3, creating cognitive sanctuaries. This part is absolutely crucial for recovery. A sanctuary is a physical zone. It could be your bedroom or maybe just a specific chair in your house where what the model calls extraction technologies, your phone and all its notifications, are strictly forbidden, banned. This gives your brain a protected space where it can actually rest and heal, a process the model calls neuroregeneration.
So what's all this for? Where are we actually trying to go with this? Well, the goal isn't just to feel a little less tired. The end state we're aiming for is something much, much more powerful: cognitive endurance.
This is the whole journey, right here. It's all about moving from a state of cognitive depletion, where you're constantly running on empty, to a state of cognitive endurance. It's about having that sustained mental energy to really engage deeply with your work, with your hobbies, with your life. It is a profound transformation.
So I'll leave you with this question, because this isn't just theory, it's a practical plan. And maybe the first step you can take, like right now, is just to decide where will you build your first cognitive sanctuary. It could be something as simple as making your dinner table a phone-free zone. Where are you going to start reclaiming your focus?